We're following up quickly with the fire incident in Lagos. Nelson Etta is standing by. Nelson, what more do you have for us as regards that 12-story building, or 22-story building, I beg your pardon?
Four-story building. When we arrived here from another angle of the street, we couldn't find any fire service on ground from that angle, but we could see water on the ground, which indicates that they were here earlier. And speaking with some of the traders right here in the market, they told me that the fire began at around few minutes past 4, I think 4:15, and about 5:30 p.m. the first two trucks from the fire service arrived on ground, and they tried to quell the fire at that time, but the bolus of the fire was more than the quantity of water that they have. The residents, first of all, began to complain that if governments were here a lot earlier when the fire began, in fact, they showed me some videos of when it started. It was just a few blick of flame, but as time went on, it rose from the 4th floor to the 5th, and now the entire building is engulfed. Now, Nifemi, what I got to gather also is that this particular building, called the Great Insurance House, is a warehouse used by traders in this market to store their goods, ranging from women's wear, children's wear, hairs, cosmetics, and all kinds of wares right here. Now, in estimate, this has gone to about billions of naira being lost by traders in this market. It's a really sad day for them right here in Ifemi. A lot of them are trying to rescue as much as they can, because I'm also told that the building has an underground, and so from the underground to the 3rd floor, is actually used as an office where people, do day-to-day transaction. But from the 4th floor to the 24th floor is actually a warehouse. But we left the angle where we were before, and now we are actually at Martin Street. When we got here, we then saw some fire service operatives here trying to control the fire from engulfing nearby buildings, because obviously this great insurance house has already gone under fire, and so they were trying to quell or stop the fire from engulfing other buildings in the area. A lot of residents, Tiffany.
Just outside.
Well, Nelson, you might have to get to a safe place while we'll continue to follow this story very closely. The fire is billowing, and Nelson is just giving us updates as to efforts of the first responders who weren't there at the time where our reporter got there. Yes, indeed, Nelson.
No, the earpiece.
Can you walk us through what is really happening there? It's really amazing to see that the building is still quite on fire. What's the challenge with having first responders get into the scene? Are there challenges with the ongoing mission to quell this fire? We're following this development very quickly as we also find out if any form of casualties have been reported or people trapped at the building as we speak.
Nifemi, I don't know if you can hear me very clearly. A few seconds ago, from what you just saw, traders who are all encamped around this building had to scamper for their lives, because it looked as though the building was about to collapse onto this side of the road where we are actually standing. And it's a mixed feeling of fear and anxiety by traders in this market right about here. But back to your question, Nifemi, no casualty has been recorded thus far, except for lost properties worth billions and billions of naira. And this is the nip of the Christmas celebration, which is, in a few hours we're going to be celebrating Christmas. And for these people who are losing their properties in this market, it doesn't look like a good way to end 2025. Now, if you understand the path into this market, it's a bit narrow. And so the fire service operators had a little bit of difficulties coming through. However, with the cooperation of traders in the market right here, they were able to find their way to the particular building. But then for me, I'll tell you, at the time they got here, the fire had gone too far beyond their capacity to stop it. And so what you're seeing is billows of fire engulfing this building at a very fast pace. A very fast pace. Now remember, the Great Insurance House is also an old building in this area. And so the issue of infrastructure dilapidation comes to account as well, hence the speed in which we're seeing the fire being burned. Remember also, it's a warehouse housing wares, cosmetics, hairs, and all kinds. I'm also told that there are shipping companies who use some of the floors as their warehouse. Now all of that has gone on the flames, Nifemi. It's a sad day right here at the Balogun market, at the Great Insurance House, for the traders who use this place for their day-to-day well-being.
Where a 24-story building is completely on fire. And oh my, the building has just collapsed. Nelson, are you there? What are you seeing? What's happening right now?
These are live shots of the collapsing of some part of the building, involving other buildings. And thus far, I'll tell you, that is a bit successful, because the fire has not yet, at least from this part of the market, which is Martin Street, the fire has not yet engulfed or gone into any other building. So it's a great job. However, for traders who use the Great Insurance House as their warehouse, it's a sad day for them.
Christmas Eve tragedy that we're covering live at the Great Insurance Building in Marina, Lagos. Electrifying reporting there now, saying we're going to get back to you in the course of this bulletin when you have more updates for us.